All right, we're back again. We got another draft. We get everybody to the lobby. What do we got? 1 o'clock. All right, so this one's for a $21 buy-in per team, 12-team TreVeyon Henderson jersey, autographed jersey. The winner gets. Just gonna share the link to a couple people. We'll be good to go. Let a couple people get in here. Let's see. All right, we got one. Just give me a couple minutes. We'll get some more people in here. All right. Where's everybody at? Is fresh off his touchdown run yesterday. I had to do this jersey today. Let's see where we're at. All right, where we at? We waiting on here. Come on, let's go. 3 minutes into this draft. It's supposed to be going already. Come on, come on, come on. All right, we'll give it like one more minute. Let the rest of these people get in here, and then we'll see what's up. If not, they auto or they draft. They'll get the notifications. They'll know the draft's going on. One more time with the tags. Just get everybody squared away. I'm a slow ass typer. 30 seconds. We're starting. Let's go. Where's everybody at? All right, a couple more seconds. We'll be good to go. All right, starting up. Hopefully he gets here. All right, so yeah, this is TreVeyon Henderson $21 league. We started off this morning. I posted a slow draft that filled up within like an hour and 15 minutes. So I was like, you know what? Let me make a fast draft for tonight. Try to get something to stream. And he's about to fucking order. This sucks. Let me just tag him again. So yeah, we popped this off. It filled in about 2 hours, maybe a little less. Um, just get these tags going. Come on. Draft started. It's crazy. We're gonna have 4 people auto pick. It's nuts. All right, so Josh Allen went first, the 1-1. Chase went after that. Bijan after that. I like the way that goes. Lamar's gonna start looking like value coming up soon. Lamar at the 1-4 to the filthiest Frank I know. Crazy. All right, so we're gonna probably have at least two or three people, maybe four auto in to start this draft off. Everybody knew that this draft was at 10 o'clock, so 10 o'clock Eastern. So we give him another tag, see where he's at. We waited about 4 or 5 minutes, and then started the draft up. This is crazy. All right, so Burrow got autoed. Gibbs was after that. Now we got Kev on the clock. Tag Jess real quick. And I'll get Montez tagged up in there too. All right, so Burrow, Gibbs, Genty went. Genty with the 1-7 is an interesting pick. It'll definitely speed the draft up. All right, so Daniels went at the 1-8. That was after that. Genty at the 1-7. Yeah, CD Lamb, good value there at the 1-9. Sir Patrick's up next. Yeah, Lamb's great at 1-9. That's where he was going a month ago. I was getting him in a second round a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. All right, so Jefferson at the 1-10, Barkley at the 1-11. Hurts, okay. Oh, Montez, my screen ain't even full screen right now. That's probably why. Yeah, there he is. He's green. I didn't have my screen on full screen, but that's not an excuse for Air Jordan's Jess and Axon over here. All right, so back to back with the Hertz and the McCaffrey. CMC at the 2-1. He's crept up. Bowers is looking like good value. Malik Neighbors is still there. We got a Malik Neighbors jersey posting tomorrow. That'll be an interesting one. That one's really nice. Fanatics, sick one. And then I got another surprise after that. I got a fast draft coming tomorrow for sure. There's going to be a fast draft tomorrow night, so you guys are definitely going to want to book that one. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but you guys definitely want to book it. All right, things just sped up real quick. We went Malik at the 2-2, Brown to pair up with Jefferson. That's a good one too with the wide receivers. CD Lamb and Bowers. Bowers fell to the 2-4. Good value there. Jess auto picked Trey McBride. So Daniels and McBride's a good one too. Kev with the HE pick. So HE and Genty, that's solid, Two bell cows. They're going to be the guys there. Derrick Henry and Gibbs, another 1-2 with the running backs. Solid. Brian Thomas to go with Burrow, Puka. Everybody's full. These picks are flying, especially with these auto picks. Loving it. So Brian Thomas Jr. went, Puka went, Nico Collins went with the 2-10, Bucky went with the 2-11, Mahomes with the 2-12, and JT. That's pretty solid. Mahomes and Allen. The auto pick worked out pretty good for Air Jordans there. Bo Nix went, Drake London at the 3-3. That's a nice. You got the correlation with Atlanta plus Nico Collins is pretty good there, Drew. I like the start there. I like that start. Same thing with Frank Jacobs Jacobs is one of my top running backs. I love getting Jacobs in the third round. Solid. Lad at the 3-5, followed by AJ Brown, first wide receiver there. Let's see. Yeah, McBride. Yeah, I'm going running back to look at the comments real quick. Yeah, McBride's a great auto. There's been good autos. It's still early, so you can't really knock it. And Williams is a good auto there for Jess also. And Air Jordan's got good. Oh, Axon's here. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Air Jordan's got the pretty good pair with two QBs. I'm not an early QB person, but that's good value. And actually, they date each other, Air Jordans and Jess. So who knows what they're doing? But they're not drafting. They should be here. But if one of them gets the notification, then they all do. But well, they both do. But their notifications must be going nuts right now because we're drafting. But all right, so where we left off after the AJ Brown pick, Marv went with a 3-7. Williams got auto, like we said, 3-8. I love that value. Chase Brown at the 3-9, JSN at the 3-10, Garrett Wilson at the 3-11, and then we got Montez here with the back-to-back wraparound picks. We'll see where we're at with that. All right, what are we doing here? Gonna share the stream a couple more places, try to get a couple more people in here. Um, let's see. All right, Higgins Hill. I'm not a huge Higgins guy. I am very high on Hill. Not very, very high. I was very, very high on him a couple months ago when he was going later in drafts. But the 4-1 is still good value. He's has the potential to bring back first round value. So why not take him? WJW, that's solid. The Kittle with the two stud wide receivers, and obviously the stud in Barkley at running back is good. Patrick with the first RB for the team. Axon's team, yeah, it's a fucking fourth round. Of course, everybody's gonna like their teams. Jess's team's autoing the best. Baker, she's not gonna be mad about that. She likes Baker. She drafts Baker a lot. All right, so after the Hampton pick, Brees and Baker went off the board. All right, just sending the stream out. All right, so after that Baker pick, Herbert went, Mike Evans went. That's a solid start. You got two great running backs and two great wide receivers to start it off. Accent on the clock. What do we got? Ten seconds. All right, TreVeyon for the TreVeyon with the 4-8. Can't knock it. This jersey is so fire. The red with I'm a Jets fan. I'm a miserable Jets fan, and it's miserable right now. They're up 24-3, but it is preseason, so this is definitely our time to shine. But yeah, no, TreVeyon looks like the real deal. You know, that touchdown yesterday was sick. The speed, he hits the hole, he's gone. So I'm not a huge college guy, so I don't really watch much college, so I'm not too familiar with him. But what I've seen, I've loved so far. You know, well, hated as a Jets fan, but loved as a football fan. But we'll see. McLaurin at the 4-9. Kamara went at the 4-10, followed by Chuba. Um, James Cook went at the 4-12. I love that value there. Um, I love Cook and Jacobs are my guys, and Swift. Those are my three like must-have running backs that I feel like their value is just great. So, what do you guys feel about those three? Let me know what you think about Jacobs, Cook, and Swift. Those are guys I've been on pretty much all off season. After that Cook pick, the wraparound went to Rice with the 5-1. McMillan after that, Drake May at the 5-3, DJ Moore and Kenneth Walker at the 5-5. Yeah, until mixing goes early. I bounce back to the comments a little every once in a while, but yeah, nah, when mixing goes and then you're gonna get Judkins also. That's the rough one. That's definitely the rough one. All right, so Metcalf at the 5-6. I was loving drafting him in the seventh round and stuff a couple months ago. I love when my players that I was drafting and then all of a sudden I turn around and they're like 2, 3 rounds up, like I was saying with Tyreek Hill before. Um, McLaurin's leveling out. You could get him in the fifth round sometimes. I was buying a dip on him. You know, I feel like he's going to be there. And if not, he'll go somewhere that's good, you know. Kyler at the 5-7. Travis Hunter after that, followed by Dak. Stroud, Purdy, little QB run there. Let me give them a tag again real quick just to see. It's not like it's going to probably make a difference, but we'll see. At least they could go back and watch the stream. Yeah, fuck that. Jess should have got a notification on her phone too that I was streaming on YouTube. She better follow. I know she listens to the drafts usually or watches them and is interactive. Yeah, Swift. Oh, Big J gang. Yeah, Swift. Swift definitely. He's that guy there. I'm into Roshan too. You know, I like Roshan, but I don't know. But yeah, shout out to Big J gang. He might be a guest host tomorrow. Not a guest. Oh well, just a guest on the show tomorrow. We're gonna do. I can't even say what we're doing, but it's a good one. You guys are definitely gonna want to be in it. But it's a fast draft, and he might have a slot in the draft. He was like, "Yeah, I love that player. It's my guy. I got to get in on the draft." So I was like, "Yo, why don't you just come do the draft with me, and I'll stream live, and I'll help you out with it. We'll do it together, and uh, see what happens with him." So and there we go. No, it's Smith off the board. I thought it was Swift, but yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a heavy hitter too. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun one. I'll be posting that Malik Neighbors Jersey League too. So all right. So after that Purdy pick was Devonta Adams, followed by James Conner, Goff, who I love at the 6-2, great value, followed by his tight end, Sam Laporta. Harvey went at the 6-4, followed by Zay, Devonta Smith, Jordan Love, Sutton, and Xavier Worthy. Fields off the board to Drew. That's pretty interesting. A little Fields and May action there. That's an interesting combo. Plus, you got I like the building on team. I'm not a Kamara guy at all. I always say that every draft. I am not into Kamara. I love Kamara between weeks 1 and week 14. Not even maybe 12, and then they'll start to taper off, and then the Saints will be out of it, and he won't even see the field for playoffs. But we'll see how that goes. All right. So after Fields was JJ, then Hawkinson, and then there's that auto pick of Judkins. We knew it was coming. That's rough. That sucks. Yeah, Jay, that's going to be a good one tomorrow. That's going to be a good one. It's the first time I'm doing something like this. I'm sliding out of my comfort zone and doing something different, but everybody's going to enjoy it. All right, Pickens off the board at the 7-2, followed by Williams. Uh, Caleb paints his nails. Williams also after that. Next up, we got Axon on the board over here. Maybe a tight end, maybe another wide receiver. Interesting to see where he goes. Oh, Lawrence. All right, so I like that actually. I like that because you got your stack. I didn't even think of that with Brian Thomas. That's a great pick there. You out drafted me with that pick. I thought for sure you were going to go another position player, but that was the right call. All right. After that was Pacheco, Rome, Monty, and then Pitter Patter with the Ridley pick. Love that. Ridley is another guy that I was drafting in the 9th, 10th round 2 months ago, and now he just wanted the 7-9. So I love that. So many drafts I was drafting Ridley and Pollard late. Now it's all done. But Ridley's still going to bring back that value. He's going to be a target monster there. As long as he's healthy, he's going to get his. Penix off the board to Patrick. WJW on the board with Tony Pollard at the 7-11. 7-11, he takes Pollard. Montez with the wraparound picks, fresh off that James Conner. He grabs 2 of the stack with Hill. What are we doing with the kicking off the 8th? What do we got? 15 seconds. After this pick, I'll do a little run through. Kelsey. All right, ADP wise, we got Mixon, who's unfortunately probably going to go to Jess after this next auto maybe. So Mixon, Caleb, uh, Alave, Swift, Addison, Waddle. Who else we got? Tyler Warren, top ADP wise for the tight end. Aaron Jones, Jerry Judy, Andrews there. Quarterback wise, you got Cam Ward, Young, Stafford. The usual there. Geno's down there. You got Sam down there. Rogers should be down there soon. Richardson, if you want to pair him up with I like doing that, pairing up. I've talked about it every draft. I have no problem taking two quarterbacks and then taking two quarterbacks late just to have each other's back, whether it's the Saints QBs, or I'll go crazy and grab three QBs and take the Browns guys, the Colts guys. It's all worth it. All right, so we had that eighth round kickoff with Kelsey, then Ricky Swift went at the 8-3. Love the value there. Gino at the 8-4 to pair up with Dak for pitter patter. Jess got autoed Olave. Interesting pick. Might be worth it. Who knows? Waddle went at the 8-6, followed by Cam Ward. Jerry Judy after that. Excuse me. Warren's still out there. Yeah. And the running back too, right? I love me. I'm not too high on the tight end. I'm more like tight ends that I like. Well, Evan Ingram, I love. I think Evan Ingram's gonna be up there. Evan Ingram might end the season with more points than Kelsey. Uh, who knows? He could be a wide receiver, top three wide receiver. Who knows how? Who knows? There's Warren off the board there. Warren back to back picks. Um, but yeah, I love Ferguson. I love uh, Ertz. I love Henry. I love Strange. Otten. Gasecki, I was loving until Noah Font signed there, but or went there. Yeah, let's see Frank's team. Yeah, I'm not. I don't. I didn't draft a lot of Andrews this year. Usually, I'm in on him, but I'm not. I like Jacoby Myers. It's a solid pick. DJ Moore, I'm so on. Brian Robinson off the board with the 9-5. I love that. Uh, I like both. Grab and then grab Eckler later on, bro. That's the way to do it. Um, I grab. I'm more of into Eckler's value, but I don't mind grabbing both of them as my uh, third or fourth RBs. Yeah, this is definitely an interesting draft. I see what Drew's saying. It's definitely interesting. This was like this the other night. The other night's draft, it was wide open. I could not tell you a team where I was like, "Wow, that team is good top to bottom." I couldn't tell you a team that was bad top to bottom. It was just that, oh wow, this guy's got a strong quarterback, wide receivers, running back, but his tight end sucks and his second flex is not bad. Or wow, he's got top to bottom good, but his flexes aren't that good. Or his he waited on wide receiver, or just a combo of either or. All right, so after that was Golden, Tracy, ETN, Debo, Young, and Jennings at the 9-11. Godwin. After that, to close out the ninth, what do we got to start off the 10th here? Definitely. Let's see. Shakir off the board at the 10-1. Shakir at the 10-1, Downs at the 10-12, 10-2. I love Downs value. I feel like he's definitely going to be good upside. Loveland at the 10-3. Uh, is solid at the 10-4. I'm starting to come around on him because of the question marks of Godwin. I've always been a Godwin guy, but after last year's injury, he fucking hurt me so bad. But we'll see what happens. I Now Cam went with the 10-3. I'm not a Cam guy. I like Tracy this year. I feel like Cam might be the guy next year, the year after that. But I'm just staying away from that backfield. Reed went at the 10-6, followed by Rogers at the 10-7, Stafford at the 10-8, followed by Mason. What else we got? Darnold at the 10-10. That's crazy. You don't really see that Darnold going after Stafford and Rogers, but I'd be all over him. I'm taking Darnold over Young, honestly. Oh, that's a great one. That's good. Yeah. How are you calling yourself a Hawks fan? Let's go. Hold on. Let me give him a tag. I don't even see this. What do you got? Like, Stafford's not even going to be on the field that much. I don't know. Yeah. Do you have. Hey, you go with that correlation with Walker. You got Walker, bro. All right. So after that, little back and forth. What do we got? All right. So after Darnold, Mixon went, followed by Cup got autoed, and then Smith. Diggs went at the 11-2. I like the value on Diggs also. I'm a Diggs guy. If he's on the field, if he's there, he's gonna get fucking peppered with targets. And I think, does he have Drake May? No, that was the next pick. Yeah, Drew's got Drake May. Njoku went after that, followed by Dobbins at the 11-4, Kyle Pitts at the 11-5, Tucker Craft at the 11-6, followed by Richardson, Williams, Pittman, Higgins, Ferguson at the 11-11, which is great value for is that your first tight end? Let's see. No, Kittle. Yeah, you grab Kittle a lot. All right, I gotta get another mouse. I'm using this computer, like the laptop mouse that's built into it, and this app sucks on not the app, the website sucks on it, but definitely gonna get another mouse tomorrow probably. Um, Russell Wilson went at the 11-12, followed by Najee at the 12-1. After Bucky took White's job, I could see it making good on Godwin injury. Yeah, for sure. I like White this year, honestly. I feel like he's gonna get his value is there. Um as a late filler, obviously you're not taking him in top fucking 10 picks out of the top 10 rounds, but for a good sleeper, I feel like he'll get his touches still. Uh, that's just like I said with Eckler. I feel like if you're gonna wait and grab, like, if you're going with, so I'm big into hero running back kind of. It's either hero or I'll just go heavy depending on the values there. If I get Barkley in the first round, I might take James Cook or Jacobs, but I have no problem waiting until the later rounds and grabbing. If I grab like a Swift, also in the eighth, and then I'll grab two of the like Eckler or White, somebody like that. I was taking Spears, but who knows with his injury now, that might come back to bite me. But yeah, and at the end of the day, Baker will throw it to whoever he wants to. Like Baker has no problem spreading the ball out. So if somebody's open, he's going to throw him the ball. All right. So after that Najee pick went Charbonnet, followed by Harris, who is now in the 12th round. He's simmering down again because of Keenan Allen. I have so many shares of Harris. I actually also have so many shares of Keenan Allen. He's my most owned player. If you look up my name, but Harris is like my third. But it's they'll be good, So we'll see what happens. Sampson went after that. Stevenson for Jess, who just looks like she's autoing running backs. now like crazy. But Kincaid went after that, followed by Davis, Coleman, Benson, White at the 12-10, who we were just talking about, Blue at the 12-11, Shaheed, Mooney sets off the 13th, followed by Mims, Williams, who's making a lot of noise in Patriots camp. Uh, Supposedly he's catching everything, but we'll see. Who knows? Uh, there's a lot of mouths to feed there, and who knows if Drake May is going to be spreading it around. Uh, Dallas got it. Yeah, that's a good little stack there. Tajay Spears went at the 13-5, Bigsby at the 13-6, followed by Tutton and Burton after that. Yeah, I like. Did you get Ingram too? No, you didn't get Ingram. Yeah, Ingram went after that. Should have taken Ingram over Warren. But either way, it's not a horrible pick, obviously. All right, back to this. Whoa. All right. So after that Burton pick, we got Garendo, Eckler at the 13-10, Kirk at the 11, followed by Ford to close out the 13th. Roshan kicks off the 14th, followed by Algier. Then Strange, who is a sleeper that I love. Um, Now we got the 14-4. Let's run through a little ADP wise. See if there's anybody out there. I just sip my drink. This is brought to you by root beer from Wendy's that I got left over from dinner. So that's the last of that. You hear, that means it's done. So all right, we'll do a little ADP wise. Quarterback, really nothing's there. You want your handcuffs, you want your playoff Dart or Shador. Unless you have a late wraparound, grab Flacco or Shador. Uh, Running back wise, we got Dowdle, Chubb, Devin Neal, Hill, Crom, Hunt. Interesting there. A couple. I feel like they brought Dowdle in for a reason. He'll get his. Ayuk's top of the ADP for wide receiver. I love Ayuk's value. Bateman, McMillan, Brown, Wandell, Tillman's there. Xavier Leggett, Adam Thielen's out on the board still. Stuff like that. Pat Bryant's a big sleeper that's still out there. Tight end wise, you still got Ertz, who's hanging out there looking like value in the 15th round. Faramuth, Kate Otten, Gasecki, Akonku, who I love his value too. Um, and that's it for that. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. All right. So after that strange pick, Daniel Jones went with the 14-4, followed up by Likely, Wright, Taylor. Then Hunter Henry went after that. Yeah, see, you did. You could have went. Yeah, now he went with the Saints starter and went with Cleveland stuff. What does Frank have there? Let me see what the rest of Frank's team looks like. Are you that desperate for quarterback right now? Yeah, I don't know. All right, he's just gonna pound these quarterbacks. Make sure you get those handcuffs. And you didn't even draft the starting quarterback for the Saints. You better grab the starter and Rattler in like another 2 rounds, bro. All right, so Allen went after that. Wait, no, I went. Yeah, followed by Chubb, Betch. Then Dowdle went. Ayuk, who I said I love at the 15th round. Ayuk is great value. Tillman after that, followed by Flacco, Bateman, Keenan at the 15-6, K. Otten at the 15-7, Brown at the 8, Douglas at the 9, Faramuth at the 15-10, Adam Thielen at the 15-11. And that leaves us to wrap around picks. Ertz off the board at the 15-12. I love that value. Love that value for Ertz for sure. And then we got, what do we got after the Ertz pick for the wraparound? All right. Wandell Robinson off the board. Fresh off that Robinson pick. Shohei Otani home run. Anybody that's got him in fantasy baseball. I just got like 7 notifications because I got him in like 7 or 8 leagues on Yahoo. Um, I lucked out with the number one overall pick a lot in fantasy, even in best ball. In best ball for baseball, I had the number one pick a lot, and in football, I've been pretty good getting later round picks. I'm not a big front of the round drafter. Personally, I like in a 12 teamer like this format. I'd like to get the 11th is my number one spot, then the 10th, then the 12th, ninth, and then I'll take 1 through 3 or 4. But all right, so after that Robinson pick, Schultz went, Sanders went, Arroyo, McMillan, Xavier Leggett, Pat Bryant with the 16-7. So, but yeah, I feel like the 11th, the back end of the draft is the place to be. Some people are like, "Oh, you should have third round reversal." It's like, nah, it's then that's unfair. Third round reversal because you're getting you'd get some pretty solid teams at the back end. Yeah, Hurts, McCaffrey went at the 12 and the 1. And imagine getting Taylor and Knicks after that. Having Hurts, Knicks, and McCaffrey, that'd be solid. All right. And then we got, after that Pat Bryant pick, Gasecki went, Palmer, Thornton. After this round, I'll do, well, after the 17th, I'll go through teams, see what we got, give a little rankings. Yeah, Thornton's your guy. Solid. I don't know why my draft chat ain't loading up. Bro, my phone is on some bullshit. It's not bad picks. What pick did you not like? Maybe the Marks pick, but otherwise, Okonkwo is fine. Just took Marks rounds early because, like, yeah, Marks is a good pick there. Yeah, all good picks. I do like his team. Yeah, see, he wouldn't have made it to you. Okonkwo's great, yeah, and yeah, sleeper sucks sometimes. All right, let's finish this round off. I'll do my thing. So Okonkwo, yeah, what did I leave off? Waller, Sanders, Johnson, Dobbs. Neil went at the 17-9. Milrow went at the 7. No, what Milrow went at the 9. Neil went at the 8. Pierce at the 17-10. Yeah. All right, and then Johnson will close the round out. All right, let's go round by round. Take a sip of the iced tea now. First, the root beer is all gone. All right, let me minimize this. Go back, check the comments real quick. All right, so once again, this league was $21. Best ball draft, 30 seconds. Picks, uh, QB, super flex, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 2 regular flex, 1 tight end. $21. TreVeyon Henderson, red jersey, the throwback or the alternative throwback for the Patriots. This jersey is fire. All right, so Air Jordan's auto picked the whole draft along with his girlfriend Jessica. And let's see what he got, and then we'll go to Jess's team eventually. So Allen Mahomes, solid 2 quarterbacks, great quarterbacks. Cook and Taylor I like a lot. Rice I'm not that high on. Hawkinson as his tight end is pretty good, especially to go with Smith. Um, So back to the running backs. You got Judkins, which sucks to get that, and Jones. Jones in the eighth. I'm not too high on. I was gonna say the wide receivers are butched, but well, Addison kind of is. But Cup, I like Cup's value. Shaheed Mooney, Betch. It's interesting. The wide receivers are definitely weak, and it sucks that you auto picked Judkins, but eh, it is what it is. All right, from the 1-2, he got Chase. Uh, Quarterbacks are Bo Nix and JJ, which is definitely interesting. I love the Knicks pick, especially you got Mims to stack it with. Would have been nice instead of Warren if you took Ingram. I remember saying that earlier. Uh, Wide receivers, like I said, he's got Chase, McMillan, Pickens. McMillan's going to be a target monster. Pickens is going to get his. I feel like with Dak, he's going to be fine. Diggs, the same thing. Target monster, great. Plus Mims, you got the stack, like I said. So that's solid wide receivers right there. Uh, Tight end, you got Warren, which is good. He'll get his for sure. Running back wise, you got Bucky, Chuba, and Warren. I love the Warren pick. Mixon, you fixed it with Chubb, so that's solid. Blue is a very uh, good sleeper in my book at the 12th round. That's good for sure, for sure. So that's a pretty good. I like the team a lot. Like I said before, that's a good team. All right, so then we went to Drew after that. Let me just go to the comments real quick. Nothing. All right, so Drew went Bijan at the 1-3. His quarterbacks are Drake, May, Fields, and Darnold. Great three QBs to have in their value. Fields could be top tier with his running. Same with May. Who knows? They're both going to be running heavy. So, and then you got Darnold late. So that's great. So running back wise, you went running back heavy. You got Robinson, Kamara. I'm not a big fan of Kamara, but he'll get his to start the season. Uh, then you went Johnson, White, and Allen. All decent upsides. Uh, I'm not too high on White, but I'm also very high on Warren, so that's why I'm not too high on Johnson. That's what I meant to say. I'm high on White for sure. Not like that. So anyway, wide receiver wise, you went Nico and London to start off. Williams in the seventh, and your other Williams to get the stack in the 13th. So that's good value there. Ninjoku and Ingram are great 1-2 at the yeah. I'm high on White, right? I know. I've said that before too, bro. I said that in another draft. I was like, I'm high on, and as I'm saying it, I'm like, nah, I got to do it for the content. I'm high on White, but yeah. So at least somebody got what I was referring to. I had to. But all right, so yeah, Drew, solid team there. I like that a lot. I like the tight end you grabbed. I like the Darnold pick. You definitely found value in this draft. You were not high on White in that one. All right, so Frank, filthiest Frank, who's definitely high on White, went Lamar in the 1-4, and then his other QBs, you got Caleb Williams in the seventh, which is solid, and then let's see if you ended up drafting the right. I hate not having this mouse. There you go. You grabbed Rattler too. Okay, solid, Frank. Solid, Frank. Solid. Told us that this draft was 10. You're killing me. They're all at like 11. I mean, they all go off at 10. Same time, most of these drafts. If anything, goes off at 9, a little earlier. Um, all right, so Frank went Lamar. Yeah, we went with Lamar Williams. Wide receiver heavy. Puka, McLaurin, Moore, Worthy, Myers. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Jacobs, you went with the hero there. You went with Jacobs, then you waited and you took Mason, Dobbins, and Benson, all high upside who are injury or in a timeshare where they could pop at any minute. uh, Andrews and Goddard. Yeah, this is not like your normal teams. This is interesting for you, Frank. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, this is not what you usually do for sure. But I like the way you got high upside players. definitely interesting for sure. You sniped on a one pick. Oh, jeez. Had to make the draft count for something. Why is this not doing this shit? Hold on, I gotta get this to settle down. Glad I've been gone all night. All right. So anyway, back to the draft. We got Axon went Burrow, then Lawrence in the seventh, and Stafford in the 10th. Pretty good three QBs. Wide receiver wise, you got your stack with Thomas. You got Ladd, Sutton, Judy, Coleman, like in that. Henderson for the Henderson jersey. Walker is high upside. While the draft's done already. Walker's at the 5-5 is good value. And also Brian Robinson, pretty good, you know, and Spears, who knows with his injury. I didn't get to see it yet. Pitts and Henry at the tight end is solid. Accent, I like your team a lot for sure. I like that team a lot, actually. All right, now from the 1-6, what do we got? I'll start going a little quick through these. We got Love, Ward, and Rogers, three good QBs. Uh, Gibbs and Henry and Pacheco as your strongholds for RB. Uh, Definitely Bigsby and Davis is good value too late. Brown, Evans, Metcalf, and then Golden at the in the ninth is good. Tucker Craft and Taylor. I like that. I like this team a lot too. Between you and Axon, these two teams are pretty solid for sure. For sure. All right, we'll go to Kevin's team real quick. He went Genty and Achian to start it off. Waited and got Tracy for his RB3. QBs are Herbert and Kyler. Grabbed Richardson in the 11th. So you got. I love the build, the way it started off. Then you got Marv to stack with Kyler. Smith, Rome, Waddle, and Reed as your wide receivers. Kincaid, who has so much potential, but we'll see what happens in the 12th for your first tight end. So that's pretty interesting. Jess got auto picked and got Daniels and Baker, who I'm sure she's probably happy with that. Daniels is good value at the 1-8. We were talking about CD's value, but Daniels' value at the 1-8 is great too. McBride's the only tight end that started off likely in the 14th was the other tight end. Wide receivers are Hunter, Flowers, Olave, um, and then Burden. Running backs are Williams, Monty, ETN, Cam, another Williams, and Stevenson. Interesting auto picks. Not a bad team though. Pitta got the gift of getting CD Lamb, and at the 1-9, Bowers fell to the 2-4 also. So Lamb, Ridley's great value, Debo's good value. Um, and then running backs, you got Brown, Hall, Harvey, Sampson, Garendo. Uh, Tight end, like we said, you got Bowers. Quarterback wise, you got Dak to pair with your CD Lamb and Gino in the eighth, and then you grab Jones later on. Interesting. I did that all backwards. I usually don't do quarterbacks. All right, so Patrick went wide receiver heavy. Quarterbacks are Stroud, Penix, and Young. Wide receivers are Jefferson, St. Brown, JSN. Then he waited, got Higgins and Harris, which are great sleepers there. Running backs, you got Hampton, Swift, and Eckler. Love those picks. Um, Sam Laporta's great value at tight end at the 6-3. Loveland also at the 10-3 is not bad. Patrick, I like your team a decent amount too. You know, I definitely like Axon and Frank's team a lot. All right, WJW went Barkley first. Purdy and Goff as his quarterbacks. Not bad 1-2 there. I love Goff. Um, Running backs, you got Barkley, Pollard, and Charbonnet. It's a little weaker on running backs, but it has the potential. I like Pollard a lot, and Barkley's a beast, obviously. Malik Neighbors at the 12 at the 2-2. So you got Leak, Wilson, Ricky Jennings. You lock that 1-2 down there, but it just sucks because Ayuk's going to be the guy there. Downs PPR monster. Kirk, I like him as a wide receiver too in Houston. So that's good. And then you got Kittle and Ferg as two tight ends that I like a lot. Kittle's a beast. Ferg should be great this year with a healthy Dak and a healthy Ferg. We'll see what happens. All right, last but not least, we got Montez. Went Hurts at the 1-2, and then 112, and then took Tua and Wilson as his other quarterbacks. Then running back wise, you went McCaffrey, Connor. I like that value. Harris and Ford. I like Ford's value there. Wide receivers, you took Higgins, who I'm not really big on. Hill, I like. Adams, I like. Godwin, worth the dice roll. Shakir. Tight end, you grabbed Kelsey. It's an interesting team. It's not the best, not the worst, but you got some good value there. I love the Connor pick, um, and I like the Jerome Ford pick. So yeah, that closes out this draft. Tomorrow I'll be posting the slow draft for the Malik Neighbors jersey, and I'll be posting another league for tomorrow night for a fast draft, probably around the same time. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.